Well, thank you everyone for coming out on this beautiful morning. I'm Sabrina Landreth. I'm the General Manager for the East Bay Regional Park District. And I want to welcome you to the Lafayette-Moraga Regional Trail Project ribbon cutting and reopening celebration. First off, I want to go ahead and begin with a land acknowledgement that is in recognition of the Native tribes that preceded us and who have cared for this land since time immemorial. All of the lands within the East Bay Regional Park District are the ancestral lands of East Bay Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and the Northern Valley Yokut, who are recognized today as the Confederated Villages of Lejeune Nation, the Muwekma Ohlone Tribe of the San Francisco Bay Area, and the Northern Valley Yokut Tribe, and the Ohlone Indian Tribe. Thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate the completion of this repair project and the much anticipated reopening of the Lafayette-Moraga Regional Trail between Westchester Street and Canyon Road. And I always like to tell the staff, I love that the community loves the product that we're providing, because we know that this is with a lot of anticipation. So thank you all for keeping the pressure on us. The overall project, including slope stabilization and the trail reconstruction, was a partnership between the East Bay Regional Park District, EBMUD, and the town of Moraga. The project and the reopening have been of great interest, as I said, to the community, to the trail's important role in providing healthy recreational opportunities, green transportation alternatives, and safe routes to school for our kids. The Park District is proud to maintain and operate over 200 miles of regional trails in the East Bay. So this is an important connector. Now I'm going to go ahead and invite to the podium our first speaker, who is Park District Board Director Dee Rosario, whose ward includes the town of Moraga and also iconic parks such as Reinhardt Redwood, Sibley, Tilden, and Wildcat Canyon. I want to actually skip over this next sentence they wrote here, but I'm going to say it. Dee Rosario is retiring from the Park District Board at the end of this year after 8 successful years here on the board, and we are just absolutely brokenhearted about that. Before joining the board, oh, yes. And Dee's had a really special impact on the Park District, because before joining the board, Director Rosario worked for us for 37 years as a park ranger, a firefighter, a fire lieutenant, and a park supervisor over at Reinhardt Redwood Regional Park. So with that, please give a warm welcome to Director Dee Rosario.
Thank you, Sabrina, for that kind introduction. Yes, it's very nice to be here. I was here in 1976 when the trail first opened as a park ranger at Reinhardt Redwood, and it's nice to be here at the end of my career and also to celebrate our 90th anniversary for the Park District for a reopening. And so it's really an incredible feat that we've done here. Where's my, oh, here we go. As you can tell, I'm not used to this. But as I've mentioned, this is a milestone, not just reopening this trail, but celebrating our 90th anniversary. And I think my lucky stars to not only have worked here for so long, but also a huge thanks to the visionaries that created the Park District in 1934 during the Depression. What a vision that was. And originally they're looking at 10,000 acres and how we've grown now from 10,000 acres from originally to now 126,000 acres, 73 parks. It's just incredible. And we are so lucky that we have these parks as a symbol of what life should be, and how we can live together with nature, and how it touches our very souls. And it certainly has touched mine as a worker here. But for the community all around us, it's just a tremendous treasure. And I can't thank those visionaries enough. And I can't thank the current staff and the past staff that has been working diligently for the last 90 years to make it what it is. And I am so grateful. And I would be remiss if I didn't want to acknowledge my colleagues on the board here, John Mercurio, and there's some great stuff. You met Sabrina, our Deputy General Manager, Allison Cook is here. Who else did our Leader of Operations, Lisa Gorgian. And I would like to acknowledge our former General Manager, Bob Doyle, put in 42 years of service to the Park District. And our former Captain of Police, who used to work with the Park District, is now Chief of Moraga. So thank you very much for all coming. And with that, I think, the history of this trail, this is one of the first trails to become out of that rails to trails and movement. And this is one of the first ones in the country. So we should celebrate that. And I just wanted to, again, thank all of our partners, the City of Moraga, EBMUD. And so thank you so much. And with that, I'm just going to cut everything else short because I just ad-libbed everything. With that, I'm going to turn this back to Sabrina.
All right, just perfect. Thank you, Director Rosario. Now I'd like to go ahead and welcome East Bay Municipal Utility District Board Director Marguerite Young.
Thank you, Sabrina, and Mayor Onoda, members of the Town Council from Moraga, East Bay Regional Park District staff, our own staff that are here. Sam Gambino, where are you, Sam? Sam made this happen down here. My name is Marguerite Young. I'm the director from EBMUD that represents this area. I like to say my ward hugs the watershed between EBMUD and East Bay Parks. We're responsible for the open space in Contra Costa and Alameda County, and Moraga is a symbol of how nature and parks and watershed can work with each other. This is a very special occasion. Moraga's got its 50th anniversary, East Bay Regional Parks its 90th anniversary. Last year, EBMUD celebrated 100 years of service to the community. I just think it's the perfect time and a perfect day, could have been pouring, and that would not be good because we know the history of the area here. It's the perfect time to recognize how much this community recognizes and values its natural beauty and outdoor spaces. When I presented the EBMUD resolution honoring Moraga's 50th anniversary, I talked about how hard the town works to protect its open spaces and environment, and this trail is a great example of that. It connects people to nature, whether they're walking to school or biking or running, as we just saw a few minutes ago, or just enjoying the fresh air. There was a woman walking her dog and just reflecting over the bridge, which was another episode in Moraga and EBMUD's work together. This is an important part of the community. I've mentioned or alluded to landslides. We had a big one here in 2016, and that was one of the first big challenges I faced as a director on EBMUD's board. It was a challenging time, but we figured out a way to work together. EBMUD, the Park District, the Town of Moraga, and the Moraga Country Club ultimately worked together today to make it happen. I especially want to thank the residents near the trail who endured with patience while this project took shape. It included putting in a number of piles, deep piles, and a lot of pounding to stabilize the slope. And I know it wasn't easy. I appreciate how you stuck with us through it all. East Bay Parks, you've done very hard work to rebuild this trail. It looks wonderful. Your mission to preserve open spaces and environment aligns very closely with ours. Our agencies are dedicated to caring for natural resources and ensuring and preserving the future for future generations. This partnership is a great example of how we can achieve what we can achieve when we work together. Today's ribbon cutting really is more than opening the trail. It's about showing what happens when we all come together to solve challenges and take care of the places that we love. Thank you to everyone that made this possible. Our general manager here for us, Clifford Chan, as I've mentioned, Sam Gambino, all of the staff that participated in the community planning. It would be wrong to not mention Catherine Horn, our community affairs representative, who's been ably succeeded by Joe Volker. And I also want to, Sabrina, the East Bay Park staff, Dee, who I've known for many years, a fellow traveler in protecting the environment and advocating for it. I'd now like to introduce Mayor Teresa Onoda. One of the great things I get to do as an elected official is meet people that I never knew I'd meet and become friends with them. And I hope that I can say that about you. She's been a strong supporter of Moraga's community and its connection to the environment, and it's great to share this moment with her last day as a Moraga Town Council member and Moraga Mayor as we celebrate this trail opening, which highlights how much we all value preserving and protecting our resources. Teresa.
Hello, everyone. What a beautiful morning. And it's not always like this in Moraga, but I'd like to say it is. First of all, I'd like to introduce our council. We have 3 council members here. First, Vice Mayor Wallachy. And then also council members Carrie Hillis and Renata Sass. Our town manager, Scott Mitnick. Our police chief has already been introduced, but I'm going to introduce him again, John King. And we also have Mackenzie Brady here for its Park and Rec. And what other staff do we have here? Yes, the new guy. Yes. Welcome. Okay, and I see lots of neighbors, people that I recognize. Welcome, everyone. This is such a huge day to celebrate. And I love seeing the representatives from East Bay MUD and East Bay Regional Park. And let me remind you all what we saw back in 2017. The bridge was condemned. The landslide pushed some of the strong, I can't think of the right word, but the structure. And so it wasn't safe. And I remember this really well because I was mayor then too. And I got a call, meet me at the Canyon Bridge, and our director of engineering, it was his first day, and his boss was out of the country, and he had said before he left, "Don't worry, nothing will happen." Well, it did. And many of the neighbors, a house was red tagged. It was a big deal. That bridge cost over $3 million. And we also had a sinkhole that was over $3 million. Moraga was not in a good place right then. So thank you all of the neighbors that were patient, and all of the trail was closed. It was trying times. But we had Harris and Company. I don't know, probably lots of you remember, these people had just come from the dam over by Sacramento that had collapsed, and they were here early in the morning with these huge lights, and I mean really early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, and they were here late at night with these huge lights, and they put in a temporary bridge in a really fast. They were our angels, because Canyon was dependent on our fire department for their coverage, and the fire truck could not go over the bridge. So it was pretty trying times. So this is such a day to celebrate. And many of you might know that Moragans are walkers and hikers. We live in a natural wonderland. 45% of Moraga is open space and hills and ridgelines. And the trail is very important to us all. This trail takes you, if you come from here and follow it and you cross the street, it takes you to Valley Vista. And it's been used by birders, equestrians, walkers who make a regular walking date with their friends. My day is Monday. With schools just across the street, JM is just across the street. It's used by children on bicycles and walkers, and we really value safe routes to schools. The trail is a vital link to the overall system, and it's designed for an EVA, which us government people know what that means. But if you don't, it's emergency vehicle access for MCC, which is Moraga Country Club, to get out during an emergency. And I might add that if you wanted to go to this trail, you don't have to go through the country club. You could be on Canyon, and there is a little pull-out parking, so you can park there, or you can go to Valley Vista, which is just down the street, down Canyon, and hike through here. So this was very convenient, but you don't have to go through the country club. The older I get, the more I understand the importance of partnering and what wonderful partners we have. There were times when EBMUD and our town engineers were working side by side on that hill. You gotta love that. EBMUD, the regional park, and the town of Moraga all are all the team that made this opening happen. Thank you all. It's a wonderful day in Moraga.
All right, thank you, Mayor, and thank you everyone again for coming out today. And on behalf of the East Bay Regional Park District, I just want to thank you for the incredible partnership. You know, government can actually do this. I know people don't believe it, but this is a great example of people coming together towards a common goal, and who cares who works for whom, and we're here to serve the same constituents. So really want to acknowledge again all of the hardworking staff for all of the 3 agencies, and to the community for all of your support as we were working through this together. So with that, I'm going to invite the speakers. I think we're going to do a ribbon cutting. Oh. So we will go down the trail, I believe, to do the ribbon cutting. Yes. So thank you, everybody.